Ranking the best quarterbacks in Madden 25. And boys, we are back here with another tier list update. Today we're going to be taking a look at the quarterback position. Before we get into today's video, I do want to talk about our sponsor real quick, MMOEXP.com. If you guys want an alternative to buying packs, consider buying coins at MMOEXP and make sure to use code DILL at checkout for 5% off your order. Now, before we do go ahead and get into the new cards right here, I want to take a look at the old tier list where we're going to get a little bit weird. And what I mean by that is I think Josh Allen, RG3, and Mike Vick are better than these 5 cards right here, and I want them to be the new A tier because again I do think we have a new S tier today. And with that, I want Steve Young, Baker, Lamar, Jeff Garcia, and Johnny U to be our new B tier. So realistically, we're dropping a lot of cards down 2 tiers today, and for me this is what the tier list is looking like before we get into the new cards. Now the first cards we got today are all honors cards, and we're going to talk about them all by each other because the first cards you could potentially run are the 86s that do upgrade to 94s. And we're going to talk about Joe Burrow first. I do want to say Joe Burrow does not have the best high route animations, but at the same time, if we go back to our old tier list, like it's not as bad as Mahomes and Stafford in my opinion. Like these are 2 of the worst. Burrow I think you can slightly deal with. He's 84 speed, 87 acceleration, which at this point in the game I don't really consider this too mobile. 92 throw power, hits all the accuracy thresholds. Over the top 4 is a release I don't hate, and this card does get 2 discounted buckets where I think it probably has to be the gunslinger for 3, master attack for 4, which that is 7 AP. Right here, I don't really think you need an ability, and then that would be gift wrap for 8. So I think he gets a pretty good ability stack, honestly. And yeah, I think this 94, so like that stack for 8 AP, I feel like that's just like a okay quarterback in the game. I'd place him on the C tier level. Now let's go ahead and bump it on up to the 96 Joe Burrow. We're gonna talk about them all by each other, and really obviously the stats get better with the 94 throw power, 87 speed, 89 acceleration, same release and everything, but the thing that does change is some abilities where, let's talk about it. So he can get backyard quarterback for 1, gunslinger for 1, that is 2 AP. Then in this bucket right here, you don't really have to run anything. You can run the set feet lead for 5. I know some people do really like to run that on their quarterbacks. And then on top of that, you could go the conductor for 2, which essentially gives you master attack. That would be 4 AP, and then gift wrapped 5 AP right here. And what changes on the 97 is 1 AP, which in my opinion, these honors cards, like when we talk about Jayden Daniels and Josh Allen as well, I don't think 1 AP is enough for me to be like, yeah, he's a tier worse than his other card. Because really, like, again, all the changes is he gets conductor for 1 instead of 2. So it'd be like a 4 AP stack. Yeah, I think that's amazing. And for me, I'm going to have them both on the same level. I think they're both A tier. And I feel like with this card in particular, it's tough because I don't think he has the best release in the game. He's lacking mobility, which I am okay with this card being on the same level as right-handed Mike Vick and RG3 because obviously these cards, they don't get good abilities, right? Like they don't get the discounts. They do get the gunslinger master attack gift wrap combo, which that's great. But yeah, I like them being on the same level because Joe Burrow is missing something, and it's the mobility. These cards offer that, but they also don't get the as good of ability stack as Joe Burrow. And right after that, let's talk about Jayden Daniels right here, where we get the 94 with 94 speed, 92 acceleration. He does have the mobility. 93 throw power, hits all accuracy thresholds. 3/4 1 is a release. Good release. I believe this is the same release as Lamar Jackson. Let's make sure I'm right real quick. And yeah, it is, and it's one of the better ones in the game, I should say too. So Jayden Daniels is great. Ability wise, it's looking very similar to what we just covered on the previous Joe Burrow card, where you can go, I guess it's a little bit different because you can't run master attack on this card. So you could go backyard quarterback, you could go gunslinger for 6 AP, and then gift wrap for 7. It's nothing crazy. I think this card again though, given his mobility, I think he's deserving of C, and I could see this card being argued in the D tier. I don't hate it. Joe Burrow gets a better ability stack, but let's move on to the 96 and 97, where pretty similar things. 96 speed, 95 acceleration, 95 throw power now, and this card's abilities, let's talk about it. Again, very similar to Joe Burrow, like literally the exact same thing. Backyard quarterback for 1. We can go gunslinger for 1 right here. Run 2 AP conductor for 4, and then gift wrap for 5. And then again, just want to echo the same thing. Same thing for the 97, right? But he has 97 speed, 96 acceleration. Now for me, I think both of these cards, again, you save 1 AP on the 97. For me, they're both S tier. Objectively, obviously the 97 is better. Gets +1 stats, 1 ability point, but I still think the 96, even like, I would rather run the 96. He's going for 500K compared to this card 2 mil. Do you think 1 AP and 1 speed point and like 1 throw power is worth 1.5 mil? In my opinion, no. I think if you want to use Jayden Daniels, I'd recommend the 96. And I have very similar thoughts to our final honor card we're going to talk about right here, Josh Allen, where this one right here again starts out to the 86, the login reward, 92 speed, 94 acceleration, 95 throw power, hits all accuracy thresholds, has one of the best releases in the game. And also Josh Allen this time, he is someone that does get the master attack. And I think this card right here is kind of nuts because it's like master attack. You could run the gunslinger for 3, and I think this is just like an objectively probably better card than his previous Zero Chill one. So you know what? I think I'm gonna go like this. It's not really fair to do, actually. I was gonna bump down Josh Allen a tier. I do think Josh Allen, RG3, and all them are better, but like maybe I need to, I might need to drop these 3 down. And I don't love it because again, I like them being on the same level as Joe Burrow, but objectively this card should probably be a tier better than this Josh Allen. And yeah, I think I kind of have to go like this. And I still love RG3. I still love right-handed Mike Vick. I just think these cards are going to be a little bit better. And then, of course, we get the 96 and the 97 Josh Allen. That is 94 speed, 96 XL on the 96, 97 throw power. And again, same release, same abilities we've already covered too. And on the 97, it's 95 speed, 97 acceleration. Very similar thoughts to him and Jayden Daniels, where it's like the 96 and 97 both for me are going to be in this S tier. And I think it's really preference. Like, okay, you can say you like Jayden Daniels more than Josh. You can say you like Josh more than Jayden Daniels. I really think it's preference. I don't think you're wrong for liking one over the other. I think they're objectively probably the 2 best quarterbacks in the game though. Now, after that, we're going to have back-to-back Jalen Hurts cards. And this card, I feel like the main issue, the main reason why I don't like him is his hot route animations. We talked about with Mahomes, we talked about with Matt Stafford, a little bit with Joe Burrow, but his hot routes are pretty bad. And I will say the 95 right here, he's 94 speed, 88 acceleration, 96 throw power. Over the top 2 is like Gen 2. It's like a pretty mid-tier release, not the best, not the worst, just literally okay. And for his abilities, I think it's cool that he gets a Truz. Like you can go Truz for 2, you go backyard quarterback for 2, that's 4, gunslinger for 6, gift wrap for 7. If you wanted to run Truz, of course, or you could run the gunslinger for 2, again backyard quarterback for 2, conductor for 1, that's 5, and then gift wrap for 6. Great ability stack. This 95 though, I can't justify. For me, the 95 is going to be like your hot route animation. Your hot route animations make me not want to use you. That's why he's here. Now we have an exception to the rule though, because this card has the same hot routes he does, but this card is so valuable. He gives 1 speed to all the Eagles in your lineup, which is crazy. Gives boosts everywhere. That in itself is S tier value. I don't think this is an S tier quarterback in my opinion because of hot routes. Like 97, he would be 98 speed with just himself in the lineup, and 99 throw power. Like literally, this card's abilities are great as well. Let's take a look. So I think the Truz for 1 is so fun. I'd recommend running that. Besides the Truz, you could go Master Attack for 5. You could go Gunslinger for 7. Go ahead, go Gift Wrap for 8. Like, I think this is, if Jalen Hurts' hot routes were not miserable, and like, you can say, oh, flip your play, do this, do that. If you say his hot route animations are fixed, that's just not true. Like, they are objectively bad. I think this card's abilities make up for a lot. And if he just didn't have hot routes, like if he didn't have bad hot routes, he's easily my favorite quarterback in the game. His hot routes make him A tier in my opinion, and there's really not much Jalen Hurts could do to be a better card. Like, it's just hot routes for me. That is literally my only complaint. Like, by the time we snap the ball and he plays, I love the card, but it's just so miserable to try to hot route. I hate how slow it is. I'm putting him in the A tier. After that, we're going to talk about rank reward Michael Penix right here. And this card is 93 speed, 96 acceleration. Does get all 32 team chems, so it could be 95 speed. He is lefty though, so gonna not be able to roll out to the right. 96 throw power, good accuracies across the board. Lower 3/4 2. Josh Allen release, one of the better ones in the game. Now, this card does get the gunslinger for 0. You could go dashing or sideline for 1 as well. Wouldn't recommend that. But no master attack, no backyard quarterback. It's like he's right by Derek Carr for me. Same quarterback in my opinion, right by Derek Carr. I'm gonna place him in the C tier. And now after that, we do get Tim Tebow with 91 speed, 93 acceleration, 94 throw power, hits all the accuracy thresholds, and also has over top 1, which is like the Gen 1 release. And besides that, abilities on Tebow's card, he does get the gunslinger for 2, protected for 0. I think the high point Deadeye is a little bit interesting now the high balls are worse in the game. I don't hate running this. I understand why you would, but probably gunslinger protected, what most people do. But then again, no master attack. Like you run the power master for 3, that's 5 AP. I'd like the conductor for 7 and then gift wrap for 8. Just don't really like his stack at this point. Just not really a big fan. Like not getting master attack is just such like a bummer for the card. I feel like I just have to place him like again, kind of in the C tier. After that, we get 96 overall Gino Smith. This card is 6'3", 86 speed, 88 acceleration, 96 throw power, hits all accuracy thresholds over the top 2. Again, that Gen 2 release. Abilities on this card, he goes ahead and he gets Gunslinger for 1, that's cool. Conductor for 1, not bad, so that's 2 AP. But then like at the same time, you probably would just want to run Master Attack. So you probably don't use this bucket right here. It's Gunslinger, Master Attack, 5 AP, and then Gift Wrap 6. Like not a bad stack on Gino. Like it's really not that bad. I will say Gino for me would be like C or B. And you know what? I like him by Johnny U and Jeff Garcia. Yeah, I'm going to place him in the B tier. After that, we get Justin Herbert. Now, I just want to slightly talk about Harrison Smith at quarterback. You can't use the card because he like fumbles snaps, which is kind of like, it's funny because they did this thing, like I think it was after Madden 20 when Joke won that belt with the punter at quarterback. Now like punter, kicker, out of position quarterbacks will fumble the snap a lot. So Harrison Smith is like unusable, but when we talk about Herbert, 95 speed, 96 acceleration, 96 throw power, good accuracies. Over the top 7 is kind of like an release. It's not really too good. After that though, abilities on Herbert, we are looking at the fusion card, so it has defensive ones, but gunslinger for 0, that's great. Besides that, like for the actual quarterback, maybe roaming for 1 isn't bad, but you don't need to run that. And I would probably go the conductor. You need to go the conductor for 1. So bare minimum so far, gunslinger, conductor, 1 AP. Then you have to run Howard Master for 3, which kind of sucks. That's 4 AP. No backer or quarterback, no master attack. I feel like that's tough. And then additional gift wrap for 6 AP. I think just not getting master attack is tough. Like I feel like if you don't get master attack, I can't place you in the B tier. Like I just can't. So for me, I'm going to place him in the C tier. Like just the master attack ability, or at least getting like the backer or quarterback side of things as well. Like that can work, but no master attack. I feel like you got to be C tier. After that, we get 96 overall Warren Moon. And this card is 6'3", 221, 88 speed, 81 acceleration, kind of in that weird spot in the game right now where it's like, is it mobile? Is it not mobile? It's kind of like, you know, like it's okay. 97 throw power though is great. 90s across the board for accuracy, release lower 3/4 2. I believe this is the same as Josh Allen, so that's great. And after that, abilities on the 96 more Moon, he can get gunslinger and conductor for 0 AP. That's great. At the same time, can get the master attack, but you probably just want to do gunslinger, conductor, backer, or quarterback for 5. Save a little bit of AP there, and then gift wrap 6. And again, with all these setups, you can also run the set feed lead if you did want to. I don't think you need it. I prefer pass protectors or short and elites over that, but you can do it. And for me, Warren Moon, I think this is a card that is comfortably like in this A tier by like the 94 Josh Allen. Yeah, I mean, I like him. I think he's decent. Like he doesn't have the mobility of some of these other cards in A, but I think it's a pretty damn good quarterback. After that, we also get the MCS reward Drake Maye, and I'll be honest with y'all, people were hating on this card for no reason. Like my guy John Beast made Drake Maye. He gets all 32 team chems, keep that in mind. Has the Baker Mayfield release, which is the best in the game. And he gets good discounts. Like you're going to be able to run the gunslinger gift wrap combo for 2 AP. Like he's going to get a god tier sack. He gets master attack as well for 4 AP. So yeah, I mean, he's 95 speed, would be 97 on a theme team, 97 throw power. For me, this Drake Maye card is literally like all the way upgraded Baker Mayfield with mobility and discount abilities. Easy addition to the S tier, and I think he may be better than Jayden Daniels and Josh Allen. That release is crazy. So yeah, Drake Maye, easy addition to the S tier. I think debatably the best one in the game. All right, now after that, we get Roger Staubach right here. And this card is 6'3", 197, 95 speed, 95 acceleration with 96 throw power. Hits all accuracy thresholds. Over the top 1. So again, same release as Tim Tebow. Not really too great, but abilities on this card, let's take a look. So he can go ahead and get Gunslinger, and I would say protected. We talked about High Point Deadeye earlier, but Gunslinger protected for 2 AP. You can then run either the master attack, which I feel like, let's take a look. No, better to run the backer or quarterback and conductor for 3. That would be 5 AP, and then gift wrap for 6. I think this is a great stack on the card. The release is bad, but he has the mobility as well. I think he's another addition to this A tier, and I think you can debate placement in this A tier. And finally, after that, we get Genkai Force Kyler Murray, and this card is 5'10", 207, 96 speed, 97 acceleration, great throw power, great accuracies. Also really do like the release of over the top 6, and Kyler Murray this time from an ability standpoint. Let's take a look. So he can go ahead and get the gunslinger for 1. I'd recommend right here. I mean, roaming you could run if you did want to, but gunslinger for 1 does get the master attack for 5 AP total right there. Then on top of that, you can get the gift wrap for 6. I think this is a good card. Again, like, do I think he's worth his price? Probably not, but I think the mobility is great. I think the release is great. Getting master attack is great. I think this Kyler Murray card is another one that I would place in this A tier. And now ended it off right here, we do have the 4 Tom Brady's. I definitely didn't forget about them. And if you saw the first video we uploaded with the quarterbacks, I left them off. No, you didn't. But anyway, so let's go one by one and talk about them. So the core ratings are going to stay the same. Like it's going to be 86 speed, 85 acceleration, 97 throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy, and over the top 3 is a release. I don't think this release is that bad. Now we got the orange one first up right here, and the orange Tom Brady. This gets a singular discount ability bucket where it's like 2 AP slinger and not really anything else, right? Like it's singular AP bucket. The value of this card though is theme teams, getting that ×3 team chem every single team. That's valuable, but as like an actual card, I would say the yellow one is probably like, probably F tier, just because the amount of abilities you need on your quarterback, I think actually on the field, I just wouldn't recommend running him. Now we get the pink Tom Brady. Now I feel like people are going to overrate this card, and I'll talk about it. So again, same stats. The only thing that changes his ability is X Factor. So he gets Identifier, Conductor, Protected, Lofting Deadeye, Gunslinger, Gift Wrap, Set Feed, Lead, 5 AP. It's not a bad stack. I just don't think he's better than the Master Attack guys. Like not getting Master Attack at this point, like the QB playmaker side of things, not getting the Route Apprentice, like the How Route Master as well. Like for me, that's just like not really too valuable. And because of that, I'd place him on this like C tier level. Like I would much rather run the entire B tier over him. All the guys with Master Attack, yes. Now after that, we get the blue Tom Brady right here. Again, same exact stats this time for abilities, what changes. So honestly, for like best AP value, you can go Backyard QB right here for 2 AP, Gunslinger for 4, Conductor for 5, and then Gift Wrap for 6. It's a great stack in the game. And I mean, this is a card that you could also run like the Master Attack Set Feed Lead combo, but I think this blue Tom Brady, he would be someone that I would for sure say is an A tier quarterback. And I think you can debate placement, but definitely in this A tier. And the last Tom Brady, we get the green Tom Brady right here. This time right here, this card gets in the zone blitz radar, in the zone dots, in the zone pro reads. For me, in my opinion, like again, like you're not getting like anything great right here. A star and X Factor for the quarterback, and that's it. For me, it's just gonna be in the F tier by the orange Tom Brady. So yeah, boys, this has been my updated thoughts on the quarterback position in Madden 25 Ultimate Team. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments. Let me know what you agree with, what you disagree with. Who do you think should go up? Who do you think should come down? Now, if you guys did enjoy this video, though, you enjoy content like this, want to stay updated with everything that's the best here in Madden 25, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Now, if you guys do want to go and see me use these cards live on stream, have been streaming on both YouTube and Twitch to watch on the YouTube. Make sure to hit that noti bell as well. You'll be notified every time I upload or go live here. Or if you guys want to watch on the Twitch, check the links in the description, hit that Twitch with a follow. But if you guys do want another video to watch, check out this one right here.